Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Now at 5 o'clock, the damage done on I-75 after a tanker fire will bring you up here for a closer look. Also tell you when MDOT is going to open up a southbound lane tonight and a northbound lane tomorrow.
Some of us already on our second round of downpours, so how much more of this storm threat are we going to have to endure?
Also, police announced an arrest just a short time ago in the shooting that killed one and left 5 others wounded at an East Side banquet hall.
But we're going to begin with breaking news happening right now on Detroit's west side. That's where Michigan State Police are investigating a freeway shooting on I-96.
Start things off here with Tim Pamplin, who's live at the scene. Tim.
Yeah, Devin, this is 96 eastbound MSP taking cover during these rain showers after the shootout along 96. We're at Scotton. The vehicle is right there that Avenger shot up. 2 people in there transported now. MSP tell us they got reports of a shootout along eastbound 96 between Joy and Scotton. When they got here, they found that vehicle. 2 people transported. We got some video. Take a look at that. Backups, cars being forced off now at Joy Road, I'm being told. We'll have much more. We're going to stay on top of this one again. 2 people shot, transported during a freeway shootout. That's the scene. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, Tim. Our other top story tonight, an arrest has been made in the shooting overnight that killed 1 and injured 3 others on Detroit's east side.
3 men and 3 women shot around 2 o'clock this morning at the Chalmers Banquet Hall near East Outer Drive and I-94. Victor Williams live with what we're hearing from Interim Chief James White about it. Victor.
Yes, Devin and Kimberly, we're told that this was a targeted shooting between 2 men. There was apparently an exchange of gunshots and several people got caught in the crossfire. The deceased, we have been told, was an innocent bystander.
I was inside DJing. It was shots. A lot of shots.
DJ Chubb was one of the people inside of the Chalmers Banquet Hall when shots started blasting from a car passing by around 2 a.m.
To the people that I personally know that got shot, I'm praying for all y'all.
Apparently over 100 people were inside the building when the shooting took place. 3 women and 3 men were hit, with one of those men passing away. This man, who wants to be identified as just Billy, says he was the last one to see the deceased alive.
He bagged up, turned this way. Bam. He fell on the ground, jumped on him. Wake up. Wake up.
Hours after all this happened, Chief White announced that a suspect was going to be taken into custody in just a matter of minutes because of new evidence. But more was found as investigators started digging deeper.
We've identified the fact that this building and this business has not been properly licensed since 2013.
The Chalmers Banquet Hall will now be shut down by the end of the day. Our cameras caught yet another gathering still taking place on the premises even after the violent shooting. Regardless, many will now be mourning the life of a man who may have already been the victim of violence. We're told he was in a wheelchair because of a previous shooting.
This young man that's deceased was ballrooming in his wheelchair. I don't care how that happened or what it was about. That young man is gone.
And believe it or not, this is actually an event that's going on right here at the banquet hall right now, but we're told that in less than an hour it's going to be shut down all the way. Turns out this isn't the first time a shooting of this caliber has happened here. We're told back in 2015 that 6 people were also shot with very similar circumstances, one of them passing away. But we'll learn more about the accused shooter in this case once he is arraigned tomorrow. On the east side, Victor Williams, Local 4.
Okay, Victor. Well, let's now turn our attention to the weather, because once again, we are under the threat of storms across the area.
Not what we want to hear. Let's get over to Ben and what he's seeing out there right now on Storm Tracker 4, Ben.
Well, Kim and Devin, let's start with some good news. The severe threat that we were worried about does not look like it's panning out. Now, we're not completely out of the woods as far as the wind threat goes, but by far, it's going to be the amount of rain that's going to be the headline here. Storm Tracker 4 has got a second round of storms for a lot of folks, especially here in parts of Macomb and St. Clair counties. You've been hit the hardest earlier, and now we've got another line of heavy downpours. Look at that area from Romeo down to Troy. It is moving to the northeast at about 30 miles per hour, and you can see some of the places that are going to be seeing that. Shelby Township there at 518, Ray Township just after the bottom of the hour, but we've got more down to the south here in Monroe County. This is generally going to be with us through about 6, 7 o'clock, and then we're probably going to see a break here and for the most part, I think the strong stuff is going to be done. Still can't rule out a shower through about midnight, but those temperatures and the humidity still going to be with us. And get this, we've got even more chances of thunderstorms before the weekend. We'll look at those in just a few minutes, guys.
Okay, Ben. Now to an update on I-75 in Troy following that huge tanker fire yesterday.
MDOT says one lane on the northbound side of the freeway is going to reopen tonight, and one southbound lane will reopen tomorrow. But the other big headline is how long it's going to take to fix the rest. Our Sean Lay has an up-close look at the damage.
And here's what we want to do right now. We want to take you with us and our cameras right up there for a close-up look at the damage done here. The wall behind me, it melted. It's now being broken apart to be replaced. To replace the entire section that burned, that could take until August.
At this point in time, we're working with the contractor to see if we can open up a single lane southbound sometime this evening.
MDOT engineers and contractors inspecting I-75 at Big Beaver, where Monday this happened. An out-of-control driver of a tanker filled with 14,000 gallons of fuel slamming into the divider and burning for more than 2 hours straight. One southbound lane is now safe to open, and one far right northbound lane will likely open tomorrow. But this heat severely damaged the other 3 northbound lanes. They've been deemed unsafe.
The heat and intensity of the fire has rendered a lot of this pavement unsafe. And what we mean by unsafe is the fact that we're not going to get the durability out of it, even, we don't know, for a day, a couple days, whatever.
Now let me show you those deep divots. The fire burning so hot in that area, it destroyed the top half of I-75. Engineers then boring 12 of these holes down deep to see how deep the damage goes here. It's about 6 inches down. Whoa. What's remarkable, no one was killed.
The wall absolutely did its job. The wall kept the vehicle on this side of the freeway.
Now let's talk about the driver. Troy police tell me he most certainly will be cited or face some sort of charge. However, they still need to interview him, but he's still in the hospital. He's in a burn unit being treated for burns on his arm. He's also being drug tested. That is standard, so the investigation continues into why he hit the wall. In Troy, Sean Lay, Local 4.
All right, Sean, and ahead here at 5, the Local 4 defenders show you how the Troy Police Department is using drones to help with accident reconstruction out on I-75. And that's not all. How these eyes in the sky are helping to protect the public in multiple ways as well. That's coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Let's look at the newest coronavirus case numbers from the state. 650 new cases diagnosed over the past 4 days. That averages out to 162 cases a day. 31 deaths also being reported over that same 4-day period.
And as of today, the state says 62.4% of Michigan adults have received at least one vaccine dose.
Governor Whitmer signs the state's $17.1 billion law. Happened this afternoon at East Kentwood High School. That's south of Grand Rapids. The budget expands state-funded preschool to every 4-year-old. Pays to hire more school nurses and more school counselors. It directs millions to support students who need extra help reading. However, what the governor calls the headliner is that the budget finally wipes out the per-pupil funding gap between districts. Paula Tutman with a closer look at the budget coming up tonight on Local 4 News at 6. But next here at 5, Governor Whitmer also has just requested the Biden administration declare a major disaster here in Michigan following the flooding.
Meanwhile, it's been 16 days since torrential rain hit Metro Detroit, flooding thousands of basements all across the region. In Detroit, some basements still have water and raw sewage in them. And the city is now reaching out to help those basements get cleaned out. Let's get to Larry Sproul. He's live tonight. And Larry, you have you've got to meet certain requirements for the city to come and help, right?
Well, Kimberly and Devin, we're talking about age and how this entire process is going to take some time.
So because of the large volume of people, this will be an ongoing process that will take months.
Valencia Mobley, the Deputy Director and Chief Engineer with Detroit Water and Sewerage, gave that update about the flooding cleanup process to the Detroit City Council Tuesday morning. Mobley says they received over 23,000 claims from Detroiters, but there are certain requirements homeowners must meet to get cleaning assistance from the city.
There is a process for those who meet the eligibility requirements of the poverty tax exemption, and they are eligible for certain services based on whether or not they are a senior citizen who is age 65 or up, someone who is disabled, or someone who has children 10 and under, age 10 and under in the home.
Now, if you fit in that group, you'll be able to ask for sanitation and basement cleaning services. So far, only 1,400 people who filed a claim meet those requirements. The city is also offering debris removal, but that service is only for senior citizens or the disabled. But if you're renting, here's what you need to know.
The landlords have until close of business July 19th, at which time to make sure that their properties are safe. Effective July 20th, tenants will be able to call 267-8000 to report landlords who have not either snaked and cleaned out basement drains and or made sanitation service available if needed by the tenant.
And so once again, the city is asking everyone to be patient because this process will take a long time. They also said for those who already reached out to the city and meet those requirements, they will start the pre-inspection process of the cleanup sometime this week. We are live in downtown Detroit tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
And Larry, of course, we know that the flooding affected thousands of Detroiters, but do we know which areas the city may be focusing on first?
Yeah, so Kimberly, we're talking about 3 areas that were hit the hardest. District 4, which is on the east side, District 7, which is on the west side, and District 6, which is southwest Detroit. Kimberly?
That relief cannot come soon enough. Okay, Larry, thanks. We've got much more to come here on a Tuesday. Here's Priya.
Former Macomb County prosecutor Eric Smith back in court for day 2 of his preliminary hearing, and today a co-defendant testified against him. We'll tell you what he had to say.
Priya, also the Democrat side of the Texas legislature on the run tonight. Ahead at 5, the battle over voting rights hits a new level, and it has the president saying it's time for a major change. Mara.
Devin, that group Unlock Michigan, which has been circulating all those petitions, well, they find themselves victorious tonight, but say this is not all they're going to be doing. I'll show you next.